Hi guys, so today I'm going to make some layered like cupcake soaps, of course. And I'm sorry, I cannot get the lighting right in my kitchen to save my life, so I have lots of different lighting options here, and it just seems like everywhere there's a shadow. So hopefully you guys can see pretty well, and we'll just go from there, and I'll bring it down a little bit. Maybe that'll help with the shadows. But so I'm just going to show you real quickly what you're going to need. You're going to need some silicone or whatever kind of cupcake liners that you like to use, or silicone, you know, the whole 12 cupcake cavity type. I just have these individual ones, and I'm just going to grab about 4 because I'll probably just make about that many. It's going to take quite a bit of soap to even make these, so we're going to need those. You're going to need soap, and I'm going to use just glycerin soap this time, and hopefully that'll kind of show you guys what glycerin does and how it works. So I'm using this pure glycerin soap. It's Something Fabulous brand from Hobby Lobby in the clear, so it's just pure glycerin soap, and it's not going to say clear on here I don't think, but just by looking at it you can see that's the clear kind. And then I'm also using the white pure glycerin soap, and this one says opaque here so that you know it's white. This one here is 2 pounds, the other one's 5 pounds. We're not going to use all of it, but that's just the amount, and of course I'll have it written out at the beginning, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about these things. I'm also going to be making some layered popsicles. I think they might be cute with that whole Valentine theme. So I got this at the dollar store. I just want to show you guys. And the reason I got this one is because it's kind of flexible, so you can kind of burp it a little bit to get the soap out. And then you're also going to need some popsicle sticks. I wouldn't use these because obviously they're plastic. They're going to stay there, and you can't really use the soap that way. So we're going to need some wooden popsicle sticks to go along with this. But when I get to this point, I will kind of quickly show you guys what I'm going to do, because it's going to be exactly the same as for the cupcakes, but just in a different mold, okay? Also, I wanted to show you guys at the dollar store today. Just this morning, I picked these things up because I told you if you're going to be using things for soap that you probably don't want to use it for your food later, that's completely up to you. But they had these plastic bowls that I think I can put in the microwave, hopefully. If I can't put this one in there, I'll let you guys know. But this was obviously $1. Just a plastic bowl. And then I got 3 of these Betty Crocker measuring cups, and they don't say that you can't microwave them, but in my opinion I'm only going to zap it a little bit in the microwave with this, so I don't see why it wouldn't work. But these obviously were $1 each, and I got 3 of them just for different colors for mixing smaller amounts of soap, and I think that's a good thing to have. And I also got this ladle. I thought that was kind of cool because you can ladle small amounts of soap into whatever it is that you're using, or maybe use it to mix. There's different things, so I thought that was good for $1. Okay, so then we're going to have to color our items and all that good stuff. So for the cupcakes, I'm going to be using mostly red. So this is just a red soap dye, okay? This is for soap specifically. Also from, I think, Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Doesn't quite matter where you pick it up. And for the lollipops, or the popsicles, I'm going to make them purple with different shades of purple. So I have my purple here. You're going to need to scent your soap, or if you don't want to scent it because you have sensitive skin or whatever the problem might be, then don't scent it, that's fine. But this is a kit I just picked up at Michael's. I already had it, but I couldn't find it, so I had to buy another one. And this one has black raspberry, pink grapefruit, mango, melon, coconut, and vanilla essential oils in here. Yeah, it looks like there's 7 of them. And I only read like 5 things, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I don't know what the other one is, because this is 6 different flavors. Maybe one's by itself so that you can mix in it. I'm not sure what's going on there. But anyhow, so there's that. And then, yeah, I think one's empty so you can mix into it. Not sure. Okay, and then, you know, you're coloring. And I'm also going to be using this small candy mold. It's small hearts, as you can see. Yesterday I used this one here, and the hearts are larger, okay? So you're going to need something like that, something to cut with, and you're also going to want to have a spray bottle, any kind of little bottle. I had this, it's a nail bottle, but something you use with nails. But you just put rubbing alcohol, just plain rubbing alcohol in it, so you can spray in between the layers so that they stick together. And just one other thing I wanted to show you guys. Yesterday I made a soap loaf, and today I found one of my molds that I would prefer to use. I would have used this instead because this is silicone. You can just pull it right away from the soap. It'll pop right out. It was a set of 2 that I got in HSN a long time ago, and they're actually for, you know, bread or meatloaf, but I've never used them, so this is perfect, and I'm so happy to find them. And then I bought, again at Michael's, the serrated, or jagged, I don't know what you want to call it, loaf cutter. So I'll probably do another loaf for you guys using these tools. So I just want to show you, just in case you're interested, you can maybe look that up. So I'm going to get some of the soap out and we will get started. So we'll start with melting a little bit of the clear glycerin, because I'm going to use that to make the little hearts with. So I'm going to take this wrapper off of the heart mold, just paper them and take off of there. It doesn't matter, you're just going to pour into these. And I'll put this to the side for now. And then I'm going to get some of this glycerin. Now, unfortunately, this clear glycerin, the way Hobby Lobby sells it in these packages, is these big chunks. It doesn't really say how much they each weigh. I could weigh it because I have a machine, but I don't want to, because then there's pieces like this one has a chunk taken out of it, you know? So I'm gonna throw in, I'm gonna assume these 4, okay? So it's 4 of the Hobby Lobby size amounts, and they look like they're maybe an ounce or 2, maybe 2 ounces each block. So if that helps, it's about 8 ounces, which is about half a pound, I would say. And that is very little, but the hearts are very little, and so that's all I'm going to be using for right now, and I can make more if I need it. So I'm going to put these in here. I'm going to put them in the microwave and melt them for about 10 to 30 second bursts until it melts down, and I'll come right back. Really quickly, in about 50 seconds it pretty much melted. There's a couple little blocks in there, but if I keep putting it on high as it is right now and adding 10 seconds, 20 seconds, you can start scorching your soap. So what I would say is when you have little chunks and just a few, just keep kind of mixing it smooth, softly, so you don't get too many bubbles in there, but that way it'll melt that extra and you don't have to burn your soap, okay? Because it's pretty hot by now. And if a little chunk, if like the little tiny one like that is still there, and you can just get rid of it and you can actually put it back in your bag and just melt it later. Continue to melt it later. So I'm just gonna let it stay in there for a little bit, and as I mix it, I'm gonna add pink grapefruit because I think that might be cute for the odor for the soap. And I'm gonna scent it all the same. So this thing has like a little drop top. So I'm gonna put, gosh, if this is about half a pound, you want to put about 1.5 teaspoons or so. But I'm just gonna shake as much as I think because right now it's kind of difficult to get that out of there, but you see it starts firming up pretty quick because this little skin here is already ready to set. And now we want to color it, and like I said, this is for my cupcakes, and I want everything to be kind of reds and pinks, so I'm going to take the red, and I really want this to be really as red as I can get it, so I'm going to add a really generous amount until I get a nice deep red. And I've heard that red is kind of hard to do for whatever reason, because as you can see, this has still a lot of rose color to it, but I think that's pretty. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stay with that. So this is it. This is nice and scented and everything, and if I have any left over, I'll pour it into something else and reuse it later, or you can pour it into, you know, another one of these little guys and pop it out, use it as a little soap disc, however you'd like, and then you can remelt it even, so it's not a big deal. So I'm going to carefully just pour some of this out into each little cavity, and if some comes out just like this on the side like that one did, you can take that off at the very end. That's not a big deal. So I'm going to continue pouring these out, and I'm going to let these set up while we work on the cupcake itself. Okay, so I put those aside somewhere to just firm up. So in the meantime, we're going to melt the white soap and start coloring that, and we're going to use 3 layers of this. We're going to have one that's kind of more red, more of a pink tone, and then just white. So I'm going to take, this is about a pound I think of this soap, and I just break it up a little bit smaller. I'm going to put it in the larger white tub or bowl. And what's nice, this is why I like these, because it had a pour spout, and so are those little clear ones, the Betty Crocker measuring cups, so that's perfect. So I'm gonna melt this, and when it's all melted, we'll come back and split it up and color it and all that. So this one took a little bit longer, but there was more of the soap. It took about 2 minutes total to get it to this consistency, which is like just milky. As you can see, it's just like milk. Pretty cool. So I'm going to keep most of it in here because the white is what's going to be the last layer, so obviously as the cupcake is thicker at the top, you're going to need a little bit more of that color. So what I'm going to do is take one of the measuring cups, and I'm going to put about half a cup of the soap in here. And as you can see, it's pretty warm. It gets a little, that skin builds up really fast on this soap. So there's half a cup in that one. I'll put it to the side. Oh, you know what? Okay. I was going to scent them. You can scent the whole pot before you do this, and then that way, you know, you don't have to keep scenting each little individual thing. So if you want to scent this whole white, the larger pot, then you can definitely do that and then move on to the little smaller guys. But for right now, I'm going to put that to the side. And if you have to zap it again to get it smooth again, then you can just definitely do that. So here are the 2 that I'm going to be using for the darker color and for the pink. Okay, so again, we're going to scent them with the pink grapefruit, and since it's only about half a cup in here, I'm just going to put as much. This stuff is very strong because I can still smell it from when I made the other ones, which is awesome. That's always good. You always want it to be, you know, good amount that it works really well. I think sometimes when you buy some that aren't essential oils, they're just a fragrance, they don't work as well, guys. So I put like 10 or 15 drops in each of these. I really want the soap to be scented very well. And so what we're going to do now is color one a little bit brighter red. So that was probably about 5 or 6 really good drops. And when I say red, it's going to end up more pink or fuchsia-ish, really, for whatever reason. It's just, like I said, it's kind of hard to get a good red with these kind of things. If you order from brambleberry.com or some of these other soap sites, then you're going to get a much better coloring agent, okay? So there's that one. I think that's good. Kind of a bright pink. And then this guy, I'm just going to put 3 drops. So I want my soap to go from like the darker pink to a lighter pink to the white, okay? And as you can see, I need to mix this one better because there's white chunks in there. So I'm going to continue mixing these until it's all incorporated, but not so that they get so cold that they're not able to work with. Okay, it's ready because from the darker pink, you're going to go right into the lighter pink, but after like a few seconds. So I'm going to put these 4 right close to each other. You got to work kind of quickly on this, and then we're going to have to get that white back in the microwave real quick so that we can still pour it. So I'm going to grab my darker pink. See how it's already making a film. So I'm gonna make sure that, what's nice about this thicker white is that you can't really tell that it has those areas. But anyway, so I'm gonna pour a little bit of that. Okay, there's 1, 2, and by the time I'm done with this, I'm gonna be able to go right into that lighter pink, and it's not even gonna be a problem because this stuff is getting really thick already. It has a very different consistency, guys, than the other soaps. I should have zapped that last one. I might put this in the microwave for a second. I'm gonna put this one in the microwave for a second, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the next one. And you're gonna spray it with a little bit of alcohol. That's gonna help the next layer adhere better. And here we come with the next layer. And this one still stayed a little bit soft because I didn't mess with it as much as I had to with the other pink one. So there's that. I'm gonna hold that back with my finger. So I'm putting in a little bit of the pink, the lighter pink. And what I'm going to do before I get to this last one here is zap this for just a second. I'm going to finish this one up later because it hardened up too fast. We got to get the white right on here. So what I'm going to do is spray these guys with that soap with quite a bit of that there. Oop. I'm going to zap this for 2 seconds. The white, I already sent it off camera, so it's nice and warm, ready to go. I'm going to put it right on the very top of these guys. As high as you want. This is kind of cool about this one. You can put it as low or high as you need it because it doesn't matter. It just looks cute with the different areas there. I'm going to let that set up for just a second, and then I'm going to bring over our little pink hearts, and I'm going to put some little pink hearts right on top of the soaps. So let's let that sit up for a second. These guys are ready. This one came out being more of a swirl. What I did is I put it back in the microwave and it softened, and then I didn't wait long enough, so I started pouring color. So it's gonna be kind of swirly in there, so I think it'll still look cool, but I'm leaving that one to the side. So these guys are the ones that are nice and, you know, layered up. What I'm gonna do is, this was left over from the clear glycerin that we colored at the beginning. I'm gonna put this in the microwave for like 5 or 10 seconds. This is gonna melt enough for me to use it as a glue to glue our little hearts onto the cupcakes. So I'm gonna do that right now. Pop out some of these guys, and look how pretty. I love the color, and hopefully in the pictures you'll be able to see it better. But I'm just gonna take a little bit of what we just melted and just add it right in the middle, and that's just what's gonna help me glue my little heart down. And I'm not gonna put too much, but I'm just putting enough so that you can just push that down on there. And that's all you need. It's gonna hold it down, okay? So I'm gonna do that for the rest of the cupcakes. Popsicle, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm just going to take the lids off. I'm only doing one because I only found 1 popsicle stick. You'd think in this house I would have more than 1 popsicle stick, but I don't. So I've already scented and colored this one. This one's gonna be the darker purple, and then we're gonna go to a lighter and lighter purple, and then the white, just like I did with the cupcakes. So I'm just gonna pour some of this darker purple. What's nice about this is that it's clear, so I can kind of see how much I'm pouring. And I only did 2 blocks of each color, so it's not very much soap. And this little leftover soap, I mean, I can pour in the next one, but like I said, I don't have a stick to put in there, so I'm gonna spray a little bit of alcohol just to break up those bubbles that are in there. I'm gonna wait a second because for some reason this one takes a lot longer to set up, so that in between layers you don't want it to get completely hard because then they won't stick together, but at the same time you want it to have a little bit of a skin, and for some reason you can see this one takes a while. So I'm gonna wait about a minute or so before I get the next color in, and then the white, and I'll come back at that point. Hardens, I've already had all my layers. I can't really show it to you because it's still a little bit wet, because you don't want it to be too hard, because you want to be able to get your popsicle stick in. And like I said, I thought I had popsicle sticks. I actually opened my freezer, took out a popsicle, just broke it off of this and cleaned it off, so that's what I'm using. But obviously this is gonna be for me. It's not anything I'm gonna give away or anything like that. So I'm just gonna take the popsicle stick, and since it's setting up a little bit, it'll be easier to kind of just push it in there. Ooh, you know what? I should have done this a little bit a minute ago, and just shove it right in. And that's it. So it's gonna hold it because like I said, it's already setting up. So you wanna just kind of put it in there as far as it'll go. And if you need to hold it for like 10, 20, 30 seconds, you can do that and then just let it go. So even though it's still a little bit warm, I'm gonna go ahead and take the silicone off so you can kind of see what it looks like. But I would wait until, you know, they're completely done. But look how cute that is. So it has little layers of darker pink, lighter pink to the white with a little heart on top, and it has an awesome grapefruit smell. It's just really, really nice. So those are them. I'm going to take pictures for you guys, of course. I'll have pictures there for you. Another note, you can totally make these same thing in like these other kind of silicone, like in different shapes. Like these heart ones would be really cute. I'm probably not gonna waste the time of doing this because it's gonna be very similar to those, so why even do it? So I would have done the exact same thing, but in these, this shape with little heart on top would be super cute. I'm going to take the popsicle out when it is ready. And unfortunately the color's kind of melted too much, so they're almost the same color, but that's okay. So when this is ready, I'm gonna let it really, really firm up. I'm gonna kind of pull it against the sides. I'm gonna squeeze here. I'm not gonna pull it by the stick because you can pull the stick out. Well, I guess you can put it back in when you're done, but I'm not gonna do that. So just so you know, to be kind of gentle with it, just pull around the edges, and if it's still not coming up, put it in the fridge for a couple minutes. It usually helps loosen it up, okay? So I'll have pictures for you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys had fun with this one. I wanna show you what I did with the leftover things. With the leftover pink, I just put it in this loaf soap mold, oops. And so as you can see, this one has a darker pink, a little bit of light, and a little bit of white that's left over. This is purple from yesterday. I also put some in this shape mold. There's like a heart with little ruffles and things. So this has leftover the purple ones, this has leftover the pink stuff. So these will be really cute soaps when they're done too. And I kind of want to show you yesterday, the loaf mold ones. This is all I did. I cut them up and I put them in this saran wrap. This purple saran, that's why you can see that purple. And so you can put them in baggies. With this, I think it would be super cute to put it like in a cupcake holder, like that kind of holds like 2 or 4 cupcakes, or even the individual ones, and give that as a gift. How cute would that be? So thanks for watching. Again, I apologize for the lighting. It's kind of crazy outside. It's windy, cold, rainy, all that kind of stuff. So that kind of affects everything in here. But have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.